Oh, let's go ahead and add in a
Turn
phone.
Bluetooth on from your device in order to search. On your device, select the name that matches vehicle name on the screen.
Just looking for Niro PHEV or whatever the vehicle name is. PIN numbers match up, so let's go ahead and pair. There we go. Do you want to allow contacts and favorites to sync up? This is not my car, so I'm definitely saying no to that one. And I'm fully connected right now over Bluetooth, so I'd be able to stream audio, and then I could also...
Contacts download was unsuccessful. Check the mobile phone status.
So that says that just because I said no when I went to go connect. And I'm fully connected now, so I'd be able to make phone calls, and I can stream audio this way, so I'm connected over Bluetooth. But you do have support for Apple CarPlay, and you're using a USB Type A, so if you're on a newer iPhone that doesn't have Lightning, you just have to get a USB-A adapter. It has to show the data transfer icon too, because there's data transfer and then strictly going to be a charging cable. All you're going to do, plug yourself in down the middle there, and give that a second. Do you want to use CarPlay while the phone is locked? Yes, you want to do that. And okay there, and let's tap in to get into CarPlay. Now, if you can't even get to this step because CarPlay is not working for you whatsoever, check down in the description of this video. I've put together a little walkthrough that explains some common CarPlay issues and fixes that you can try. But inside of CarPlay, you've got your current time and your connection level. You've got a few miscellaneous apps. So this is the one that was last opened for your maps, for audio and miscellaneous. You can tap there to get back to this little icon view, or tap again to get to this view. So this home screen is kind of customizable. You'll always have whatever map was last opened. This is going to be the search box, whatever audio was last listened to. And then if you've got a calendar notification coming up today that hasn't passed, that would show up. If there's no calendar notification coming up, the search box and your audio box would be stretched along the top. But outside of that, no customization options available. But you've got so many apps. You've got Google Maps, Apple Maps, and Waze that are all available. There's no pinch to zoom capabilities available inside of Waze, but it's my favorite map application to use because if there are speed traps, if there are hazards, things like that, people are pretty good at marking that off. You can mark that off yourself if you'd like to. You can listen to YouTube music, but there's no YouTube video playback support inside of CarPlay. But you've got YouTube music, Live One's a radio app, Hoopla is a library app, you've got podcasts that are available too, so it's a fairly comprehensive system. You could hit this little settings icon if you wanted to show driving focus, so just focus on driving, mute notifications. If you like a different wallpaper, so maybe something speaks to you differently, you want something a little bit more funky, you've got the flexibility of adjusting that out if you'd like to. On the steering wheel, there's a voice command prompt. So if you do a light button push, that's going to be the assistant for the vehicle. But if you take that button, you do a long push and hold, that is going to bring up your Siri assistant. So short button push is the assistant for the vehicle. Long one is going to be for your phone assistant. Then you also got the flexibility of customizing these icons a tiny little bit. So inside of your phone settings, you're going to go to General and then CarPlay. Just find your vehicle. You can customize it or forget it, but we want to customize the option here. So if you want your podcast along the top, whatever your favorite map application is on top of that, you do a drag and drop in order to adjust. So it adjusts it on the fly. Anything with a minus next to it, you can remove it from the screen if you'd like to. You can save it along, well, it saves along the bottom, but you can easily customize this tray if you'd like to. But if you've played around with the layout too much and you don't like what you've done, on your phone top right side, there's something that says reset. So you're just going to reset, and that's just going to bring you back to the factory default layout there. Pretty simple. If you tap here, you can then push the Kia button there in order to hop back home. If you wanted to listen to your radio while also going through either Google Maps, Apple Maps, or Waze, all you're going to do, hop back home. You're going to go into your radio. Just find whatever station you want to listen to. So AM, FM, Sirius XM if available, play that station. Hop back into CarPlay or Android Auto, and it's going to play. Back home again from there. And then underneath the screen, you've also got a series of different buttons. So we're on climate control options here. But if you take that and tap here, you've got a series of other buttons. So if you wanted to get out of the CarPlay screen, you could just push one of these other buttons. So if you wanted to button press in order to get to your radio, media, setup, things like that, you've got that flexibility. But that's how you set up Apple devices inside of this ride. When you disconnect, that's going to disconnect CarPlay. So yeah, you'll see there, media off. And if we hop into device connections now, device connections, you can see that I'm currently connected to the iPhone for both phone calls and for media. But that's how you set up iPhones inside of the Kia Niro. Setting up Android devices is pretty simple. So if you weren't on this device connection screen, if you're back home, you're just going to tap on your setup, device connections there, and then device connections, add new.
Turn Bluetooth on from your device in order to search. On your device, select the name that matches
Got
vehicle name
Niro,
on the screen.
PHEV, or whatever the name of your vehicle is. PIN numbers match up, so let's go ahead and pair. I'm connected right now for the Galaxy for audio. So you could hook up either way if you'd like to there, but I'm now connected over Bluetooth, and you can stop here. So you can now make phone calls and listen to audio with this as your new favorited device. Then you've also got support for Android Auto. So it is based off of USB. So you just want to make sure you're using a USB Type A device. Just plugging yourself in down the center there, opposite end of the cable, plugging yourself in, and it should take a second here. Look at that. Android Auto would like too. So let's just tap next. Oh, there we go. Oh, and look at that. We are fully connected to Android Auto now, so nice and simple. And you've got your little Android Auto split screen, but you've got your current time, connection, and battery level, some miscellaneous apps along the side. You can tap there in order to get to your Google Assistant, or you can do a long push and hold on the steering wheel button in order to bring up your Assistant that way. You've got Google Maps here, and if you tap the map icon, that's going to let you go into a full screen. So if you prefer full screen, that's available. You've got full pinch to zoom capability on the Android Auto side of things. You can tap this to get back to your little split screen. You can tap again in order to get to this little icon view. So this Android does have Waze installed, but if Waze is not showing up in your Android, check down in the description of this video for a little walkthrough on how you can add it in. But it's simple here. Pushing this and back again to your icon view, and you can customize the layout of these icons if you'd like to. On your Android device, you're just going to search for Android Auto, go to Android Auto settings, and that gives you a boatload of options, but we're looking for customize launcher. So just hop inside. You could do a push and hold in order to drag these to whatever location you'd like to. And then from there, you can deselect things. So anything with a check mark next to it, you can get rid of. In order for these changes to come into effect, what you're going to do, unplug the device in order to disconnect from Android Auto. You're going to plug back in again, and we'll give that a second once Android Auto launches. Back to our icons. You can see there, the changes that we've made have come into effect. So it's not dynamic the same way it is on the iPhone side, but you can at least adjust these out if you'd like to. Hopping back into your setup, device connections, you've got both phones that have been connected. So if we disconnect from the Android again, so you can either be hooked up to Android Auto or Apple CarPlay, not both, but you can do a mix and match of these other options. You could tap delete devices, mark all, delete, and yes. And look at that, both phones are now disconnected, and it's that easy setting up Android and iPhone devices inside of the Niro. And if we go back a level, Bluetooth prompts are available, so you can play pause those, nothing exciting, but you can go Bluetooth system information, where you can change your vehicle name. So if you don't want it to be Niro PHEV or your vehicle name, you can adjust it out there, and you can also password protect if you'd like. There are some projection settings available where you could use a split screen for Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. I don't think the screen is big enough to justify it, but if you want that split screen, that is available there as an option.